little bit about me, if you guys don't know, your boy is a 68 Echo. I'm a dental specialist because it was the best job out of all the jobs that my recruiter gave me. My ASVAB score wasn't that high. I'm currently a Sergeant E5, and I'm currently stationed at Fort Stewart, Georgia. Signed a 6-year contract, no bonus. You gotta get a certain ASVAB score to even qualify for a bonus. Didn't even get that. And they were gonna give me $5,000 to re-enlist for like 4 years, bro. I'm like, hell no. That's an insult. I'm not gonna re-enlist 4 more years of my life for $5,000. And it's not about money primarily, but one, I'm burnt out. And by the end of the video, hopefully I give you guys maybe another perspective on whether or not to get out or stay in. Hey Siri, play something smooth. And camera, audio sync, clap in 1, 2, 3. So this is the 3rd time doing this video, and I'm done. This is it. This is the raw video. For almost 6 years now, I have been documenting my entire life, and with all beginnings, there is an end, eventually. And in the process of documenting my life, I have amassed a huge, large following to the point where I'm inspiring other people to join the military, which is a huge decision. And the fact that I have a part to play in that factor is deeply taken for. We're just gonna do it raw. With the help of this whiteboard here, we're gonna talk about why I decided to join the Army. Blunt, I joined the military to get out, right? To get out of my hometown, get out of the situation that I was in, whatever you wanna say. Get out, get away from my parents, get away from people whose mindset did not align with mine, because I knew that I was destined for greater and I wanted to be surrounded by like-minded individuals. Whatever you guys interpret my saying to join the military is to get out, it's the truth. And I also wanted to serve my country. I was inspired by my relatives who also served. They looked like they had a good life. I wanted to replicate that. And on top of that, I love the USA. You know what I'm saying? Although it may not love me sometimes. It's a cool opportunity once you guys go travel abroad, the opportunities that you have in the United States of America compared to peoples who don't have those same opportunities because their governments and how their society is set up. If you're born in a certain class, you are effed. You know what I'm saying? The whole American dream, yeah, that's real. That is a true statement. So now that you guys know why I joined the military, I'm going to tell you guys why I'm choosing to continue to serve in the military, right? And this first one is the biggest reason why, not the biggest, but it's one of the biggest reasons why I'm going to stay in for the time being. Because if you guys are in the military, you guys know that once you guys get in your window of about to get out the military, you guys get to do a class or program called SFL TAP. That's what we call it in the Army. From making resumes, how to file your VA disability claims, to just the benefits that you get as a veteran. You guys get taught everything you need to know. There's also workshops for people who want to do business after the military, people who want to go through blue collar. It helps you transition back into the civilian world. And that made me think, no other job really gives you that benefit of a whole over a month-long class and periods to just gives you the best possible advantage to go back in the civilian world if you use it correctly. It just made me think to myself even further that the benefits in the military, based off the low barrier to entry, it's crazy how if you do it right, you and your main focus is your job and whatever extracurricular activity that you want to do. And it's just like, no other job, unless you work at Google, which like requires like a bachelor's or a master's degree with a bunch of experience, offers amenities like that on top of the free gyms and stuff like that. Like, bro. But the second reason is probably going to be most relatable to you, because that's money. How much I make in the military now converted to civilian is like $80,000, and I'm 23 with no kids. Bro, that's pretty good. That's pretty great. And then on top of that, if I stay in for 20 years, I get paid for the rest of my life. Also, they match my 401k or TSP for 5%. You know what I'm saying? That's like a pretty good benefit afforded to you at a very young age. You don't have any debt because I came in with no debt, so you just live below your means and you're just able to stack your bread up, bro. Like, that's not a bad gig, bro. Like, the military still ensures that until you figure it out, you're gonna be in a good spot in life. Especially when I tell you about my next point, which is, I'm supposed to be writing this down. I'm so sorry. But my next point, the economy right now, you guys might even be watching this because the economy right now is pretty bad. If you're watching this in 2025, I don't really need to go in detail, but the economy is bad, bro. McChickens are not $1 anymore, bro. To make the best decision possible, I even applied to jobs to make, I'm not just gonna count the civilian side out, so I'm gonna apply to some jobs. I got 0 replies back, bro. I'm not gonna cap. And it's like, I'm not going to make a leap forward, and this is gonna be into my next point, if I don't have a plan. I'm not getting out the military if I don't have a plan. And you guys should not get out the military either if you guys don't have a plan or a concept or something. Job market, although reports may say that the jobs are not that bad, but everybody and their mama on the internet right now is saying that it's that bad because nobody's hiring. And then on top of that, right? Okay, the economy is bad. Just get out and go to college, pursue your master's. But college graduates aren't even getting jobs. So it's not looking too hot right now. I'm not going to cap, especially between inflation and housing prices. I bought my first house at 23 because of the military. If I would not have been able to do that if I was out in the civilian world, I promise you. And I'm not trying to glaze the military, but I'm just being honest. Like, this next one is something that we all go through in the military, unfortunately, but the military isn't known for its luxury. It's known for struggle and grit. You're going to go through some very, very rough conditions and very hard times in the military, but it's controlled. You know, at the end of that, you're going to be A-okay. And so when you go through these tough times, you go to these field environments, and then you get out of those field environments, and then you go into nice places, you have that thought in your head, like, it could be worse. If I were to go into the civilian world, I could not hear civilians complain about small stuff. I would lose my crap, bro. I would lose it. Because not only that, you also have that team and camaraderie aspect where if I'm working at Walmart, bro, I don't care about you people. I'm just trying to do my job and get out. And I know that might not be the best example, but I don't really know too many occupations in the civilian world that has that team camaraderie-based feeling/environment. And also on top of that, all those team members around you are pushing you to become better than them. But Sally Mae at Sally Mae Corporation doesn't care and is completely fine if you're complacent and you just stay in the same position for 10 years because as long as you're making the money. I don't really like that. Like, although I'm a very go-getter-ish type of person, I still would love to be reinforced by people above and below me with the same mindset. Then it dawned on me. Should I talk into the mic now? And then it dawned on me, boys, because after thinking about this, like, I just sat back and I talked to myself, and I'm like, I really don't want to get out. Like, there's nothing that I feel like I'm missing in the military that I can't get in the military. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everything that I've done in the military, I could have done in the civilian world, if that makes sense. Like, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I feel like I'm still living to my potential and I'm getting better every day. And honestly, I feel like if I didn't join the military and I'm just someone based off my YouTube videos and I'm someone looking from the outside in, I would feel like the person looking inside, I feel like they would be feeling like they're missing out if they didn't join the military. And so I'm like, yeah, bro, I honestly don't feel like getting out. I'm pretty comfortable. My leadership right now is great. I feel fulfilled. I'm happy going to work every day. I love what I do as of now because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be doing next. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really have a want to get out. The grass is greener where you water it. I am a soldier that does whatever the hell they want them to do with pride, and they recognize that, and so they treat me like an adult, and then they give me positions where I have responsibilities and I'm not micromanaged as much. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna talk about all the negatives in the next point, but like, for me personally, and my truth and my story right now, yeah, bro, like, in the current situation I'm in, the military is working for me. The military is giving me more good than it's taking out right now. We're golden. And I also want to point out, though, we're not at war, bro. Like, we're not at war. The military is a different, I can't attest to this because I've never experienced it, but the military is a different place when it's peacetime. Like, there's no war, so you're just going to keep going to training and then go back home. But, like, other than that, I don't know what it's like to serve during periods of war. And so far, my experience in the military has been great. Not great. I'm about to talk about all the bad stuff, but I don't have a really want to get out. You know what I'm saying? I'll do cool stuff. Like, look at, like, my YouTube videos are just real life me and my experiences. The military did not pay me to do any of that stuff, bro. It's just me documenting my life. But if you're still watching this and you're in or you're considering to join, this is really all the bad stuff that I have to go through. And the main point before I do say that, though, is I feel like you can agree if you're in the military is that consistency and leadership is not biggest, but it's a big issue. And that's probably why retention is not the best, because in the military, you're going to get great leadership, and your leadership is pretty much what's going to depend on your experience in the military. If you get a good leader and you're like, okay, I could do this for 20 years, and then you get a bad leader who makes your work environment terrible, because let's be honest, we could do anything. But if it's with the right people, it doesn't feel like work. And right now I'm in that stage where I'm with the right people and it doesn't feel like work. There's been periods of my military career where it's been like, I need to get out of here. But like, you got to go back to your reasons why you joined the military in the first place, bro. And if the reason why still is in line with that, keep staying in. But a lot of people get out of the military too early, and a lot of people get out of the military too late. Like, you got to time it right. If you have responsibilities that you know that you need to uphold, or if you got kids that need their dad or mom, that's a different story. But that's not my story right now. Another thing is, in the military, like, the travel aspect, it's cool in the beginning, but if you guys do find your tribe and your community, it sucks to let that go every 3 years and leave. And then on top of that, you guys will be put in danger sometimes. Like, these training exercises are crazy. Rest in peace all the soldiers who died in training exercise, but it's not a very safe occupation. And the main thing, though, is leadership, because right now we're talking about if I want to stay in or if I want to go. I can handle all the other stuff, but leadership is the main thing. Like, bro, if you're toxic, I'm gone. But going to my plans, though, your boy is changing his MOS to 17 Charlie. I got accepted, baby. And that means I'm probably not going to be able to post a bunch of YouTube videos anymore because that's very secretive. So we're going to be probably switching up content to fitness-related stuff. And I just want to say thank you for each and every single one of you boys who stuck with me and watched my journey, got inspired by the journey, and enlisted yourself. I respect that. That's something that many people do not do. And no matter what your MOS is, how far along in your career you are, your service means something. And so that's why I decided to stay in the military for a little bit longer, because it just makes sense to stay in. I'm not going to cap to you. Like, it just makes sense. I also feel like staying in the military, some people make it seem like it's a bad choice. But no, you make it work for you. If you didn't make it work for you, that's your own business. May God bless you. But right now, it's working for me. Subscribe if you're new. If you need help with the ASVAB, link in the description below. Join the Discord community also below too. And I will see you guys later.